All right. So thought it was a good practice. A lot of situational work today. Cesar Ruiz left practice with a shoulder injury. We'll get that evaluated. Somebody kind of banged up a little bit in the game, but I don't expect it to be anything significant. But we're going to take a look at it. And then Taysom kind of strained his oblique. Again, I don't think that's anything significant, but we may have to rest him for a day or two. We'll see.
Dennis, you said strained?
Strained oblique. You talking about Taysom? Yeah, I think oblique is in here somewhere.
When you went back and watched the tape, what did you see now? Did you see things differently? Did you feel any differently?
No, look, I mean, it was pretty much what I thought we saw on game day. I thought probably the first quarter and a half was outstanding with all the guys that were in the game, the ones and even, the second group. I thought the punt and the explosive play kind of changed the momentum of the game a little bit. I didn't think we played particularly well really throughout the kind of midway through the second quarter on into probably a little bit into the fourth. But I thought, look, the two positives that I thought were really good is I did think we started fast and I thought we finished the game strong, so that was good. The takeaways were awesome to see. I count the 4th and 1 stop as a takeaway. You take the ball over at midfield, so that was good to see. So I thought overall I was pleased with what I saw. Still a lot of things we have to improve on, but overall a good start.
Dennis, when you look at going out to LA, it looks like it's to provide a great challenge. Also, it looks like a Joey Bosa to reel back from the tackle.
Yeah, look, I think challenge for a lot of guys. Obviously they've got some really good players, really on both sides of the ball. They operate really well offensively. We'll get a chance to see, what they look like with a new offensive coordinator. So that'll be a little bit different for us. But yeah, they got a lot of really good players. It should be some good work. We're looking forward to getting on the road tomorrow and going and working against those guys.
Yes, what y'all like about Darrell Reeves?
Look, he's had some success in our league. He had a really good workout the other day, moved around really well. He's a big physical runner, and we felt like he'd be somebody be good to bring into the mix and see what he can do.
I know when y'all went to California before, Sean and Anthony had coached together before. Was this just more of like getting out of the weather, familiarity? Or
yeah, look, a little bit. I mean, we played the Chargers last year in the preseason, and Brandon and I kind of communicated that we'd love to come back out there and work against those guys. I think it's been a good trip for us. It gives us an opportunity to kind of get out of the elements here, a little bit cooler weather, and get a chance to work against a good football team.
What are your thoughts on Trevor Penning's performance Sunday?
I thought solid. Yeah, I thought solid. I mean, I think, every time he gets a chance to take the field, every rep he gets a little bit better. And he's a guy that's, he's missed a ton of work. And so we're trying to give him as many opportunities as he can to get reps so he can improve, and I think he's doing that.
Yeah, how is he kind of like, you guys see something you want to crack the hell on? Like, how is he taking the info and putting it back on the field?
You talking about Trevor?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he does a good job. He doesn't make the same mistake a lot, but yet there's a lot of things that he hadn't seen, and so it's just, it's a process. And I like where he's at. I like what he's doing, and he's just got to keep working.
I think you mentioned Ruiz and Taysom. Was Michael Thomas a vet day?
Just a vet day, yeah. There was a few guys that we had days off today to try to, it was first game action in a while, so I wanted to give him a couple days to kind of get recovered. I expect he'll be full go when we're out there in LA.
Dennis, after watching the film, it seemed like they were both really active. Ryan Conley and Ty Summers, they're veteran NFL players. It seems like they looked and knew what they were doing, and they were really active.
Yeah, look, I think Ryan Conley as a linebacker has really improved, and he's a guy that's kind of caught my eye a few times, probably specifically over the last couple of weeks. And look, Ty Summers went in, executed on defense, and played really well and special teams. So those are two guys that are fighting, to make the roster, and they both made a good impression in the game.
Do you have any updates that you can share on Henry Miller after the last couple of days of evaluation?
Listen, nothing other than, I don't feel like it was good news. Now how long does that be? I don't really know exactly, but I don't expect him to be out for any length of time. Really.
Is he going to stay here this week or
No, he'll travel with the team.
he will travel?
Yeah.
He can just rehab?
Yeah, he'll rehab from there, and look, I think there's a chance that he might be available for the game.
Have you talked to Brandon Staley yet about what the format's going to be? This week?
Yeah.
What do y'all do? Is it
Very similar to what we've done in previous joint practices. A lot of teamwork, a lot of situational, third down, red zone, 2-minute, all those kinds of things. So a little bit of one-on-one. Probably not a ton different than what you've seen out here the last few weeks. Just we'll have an opportunity to do it against somebody else.
and if you expect Derek Carr to play any more games?
I don't know. We'll see.
Dennis, you have to be pleased with, because like you said, I think we are a creature of habits. To be +1 when the game's all said and done, and then that turnover.
Yeah, I counted as +2 with the fourth down stop.
Okay.
So I'm saying +2, which makes you about an 85% winner in our league. So, yeah, look, I think it's been well documented. We got to do a better job of taking the ball away this year, and we got to protect it more this year. And so I thought it was, good start.
Rich, I know we asked you about Ohio State guys, hometown guys, but Darrell Williams being from LSU, does that just help in the transition in any way?
Listen, you probably have to ask one of these hometown guys if that helps in the transition or not. I mean, he's an NFL player fighting to make a roster, and we felt like he was talented enough that we wanted to give him a shot. Okay, guys, thanks.
AT, how did you feel from a confidence standpoint, being targeted 6 times and getting 6 catches?
I felt good. Just after making that first catch, I was in the groove. So, just throughout the game, I just told myself to focus on the ball. So that's my job, to catch the football. So.
AT, can you run us through the touchdown catch?
So it was man-to-man. We were in trips, and I seen the corner follow me from the other side of the field. So once I got to see where the safety was, I just crossed the safety's face, and then he found me wide open. So.
How good was that throw?
It was a great throw, honestly. I seen a defender in the air, and I just seen the ball go right over him into my hands. So it was a great throw by Jameis.
I think earlier in camp we saw you working without gloves for a few days. Was that intentional? Was there something to that?
Yeah, just get the feeling of the ball. Just want to catch the ball with my hands, and then just having the gloves on. It's just extra support. So just gripping the ball, able to feel the ball in my hands. I get to feel how to catch it. So.
What would you say you learned from that? It's a debut game and against NFL competition. I'm sure you go in wondering, well, how's this going to go?
Yeah.
What did you learn that you think is important to carry forward from?
Just really staying focused in the game. You got a big crowd. You know what I'm saying? Being a rookie, being in the first NFL game is just you got that adrenaline going and stuff like that. But I just told myself to calm down. Just take one play at a time. Making sure I do my job, the lineman assignment, and just catching the football, most importantly. So.
DA said he didn't want you stretching the football out, but you scored.
Yeah.
So where do you fall on that?
I'm gonna listen to coach. He said don't reach the ball out, so I just know next time not to reach the ball out. But I guess it was just natural instinct. I did a lot in college, so.
Is it a big adjustment moving to an indoor stadium as a receiver, getting used to the lights and everything?
I wouldn't say it was a big difference. They are bright. They were bright when I walked in there. That's why I was lucky I didn't have my visor on. But it's not a big difference. Just focusing on the ball. Talking to the QB where the ball's going to be in the air and stuff like that. So just readjusting during warm-ups and stuff. So.
Do you feel like it's a little bit of a learning curve coming in as a rookie, and like where you feel on that process?
I just feel like I still have more to learn. You know what I'm saying? Like the job for me is not finished. Like I just keep telling myself, don't get complacent. You have a good game, obviously debut, but you have many more games to go. So I just tell myself just approach each day the same. Don't be complacent and just go out and do your job. Have fun. So.
AK, how much are you looking forward to going against different competition? Obviously, going against the same DBs, now OTAs, mini camp, training camp, but to go against a different group, obviously on Sunday, but also the practice room.
Oh man, I watch countless YouTube videos, all stuff like that. Just the different guys I'll be going against. Looking at leverage, technique, stuff like that. These guys, these DBs right here, every day they get me better, and I make them better as well. So, just keeping that going throughout the season and get those matchups, study film, stuff like that, just go out and ball.
Hey, G, what kind of quarterback is Notre Dame getting Sam Barton?
Oh, they're getting a dog, like a straight dog. Like that's probably one of the most hard-working people I've been around. Like Sam is he's just tunnel vision. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the goal is, that's his goal. He's gonna make sure everybody's on the same page. But I feel like he's in a great spot. You know what I'm saying? Like he's out there, he's having fun. He's having that leader role with all the rest of the guys. So I'm happy for him. And I can't wait to see him here one day. So.
Beyond the touchdown catch, you did a really good job kind of navigating out of structure, kind of moving around while the quarterback's moving around. Is that something that they put a big emphasis on here, or was that something you came into the league with?
I'd probably say I came into the league, Wake, just their system and everything. It really taught me a lot. So when I got here, it wasn't too hard to readjust. So thank them for all of that. Just on offensive side of the ball, just running the routes. Stuff like that, reading coverages, reading the defense and stuff like that. Like, it's just second nature when I come here. So.
Get much reaction? Family, friends?
Oh, a whole lot. It was countless people calling and stuff like that after the game, but it's all love. You know what I'm saying? Like, just go out and make sure I put on the show and have fun as well. So.
Did you know you were going to get that big of a workload? I mean, they said you were going to be featured a little bit. Mm-hmm. Did you know that going in?
No, not really. But I just kept myself prepared. Whatever happens, just go in and make sure I do my best and get my all. So just went out there, just make sure I was consistent, and just making plays.
Did you keep the ball or you saved it?
Oh no, I'm gonna say
wait for it. You kept it. Didn't you?
Oh no, I didn't keep it. I didn't keep it.
Wait for the real game.
Yeah.
I know you weren't on the field at that point. What do you think of Jake and Ellis and those guys leading that drive?
Oh, they were doing a great job. I just told Jake, he was going out there, just control the offense. Just calm down, read the defense, just make some plays. You know what I'm saying? Just have fun. Ellis, he's doing well the whole camp. For him to be undrafted, signed, he's a great leader in the huddle. Like he just makes sure everybody's in the right spot, make sure everybody in the huddle, make sure everybody know what they're doing. He's always there to pick guys up. You know what I'm saying? After a drop ball, fumble ball, he's like, hey, next play. So I'm proud of those guys. They had a great game, and I'm looking to do it again this week. So.
I think Ellis and Jake had mentioned some of the rookies have been FaceTiming back and forth. Is that something you participated in?
Yeah. Just going over the plays and stuff like that, making sure they were all on the same page. We're walking on the field, it's like, hey, Jake, I see this. I seen it too. Make sure go out next drive and get it done. So.
Yeah.
Guys, we've got Marshawn up. Thank you, 18. We appreciate it.
Thanks, 18.
Marshawn, we know you hold yourself to a high standard, so what would you say about the way you have practiced training camp so far?
It's been all right. I just try to be better. I try to be better every year, and I feel like this is one of my best camps just as far as everything I've been doing. So, I can always be better, though, in my eyes. So You know, it is what it is. I'm just working right now. You know.
With some of the stuff you said you want to get better, with some of the stuff you're trying to do to be better?
You said some stuff I'm trying to do?
Yeah.
Everything. Everywhere I feel like I can get better at, as far as just technique, speed, strength, anything, just mental. Shit, I'm trying to get better at. So, I mean, that's really it everywhere.
Marshall, how much do you look forward to those one-on-one battles with Michael Thomas when y'all has some good battles with him?
I've been taking Mike for like 8 years, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's my brother and all that, but you know, I just like the competition that he brings. Like, you know, he gonna make everybody better, just him competing. So, don't rest for sure. I gotta get him every time. Yeah, shit. Best man gonna win. You know what I'm saying? So that is what it is on him, but you know, he's still getting there. You know, getting back. You know, so I ain't really tripping on him. I want to see him during the season. You know what I'm saying?
What do you think about the competition between Paulson Debo and Alante Taylor, and just how both of them have grown?
They just been working. I really ain't had too much time to just sit there and look at, like, you know, what they doing. That's between them. You know what I'm saying? So I just wish both of them the best. Both of them can play here or anywhere. So, you know, I just let them handle that and compete, and you know, I just try to be there for both of them. If they got questions, just come to me. You know what I'm saying?
What kind of questions does Alante kind of pick your brain on?
Just splits, everything, every little thing that he can, like the splits. As far as like what the receiver might do if he here and there, you know, just stuff like that to get his mental right. You know, he got the physical, he just his mental. It's just him being young, you know.
Marshall, what kind of personal goals do you have for yourself this season?
Shit, personal goals is to be the best. Be the best corner in the league. That's it.
How close are you to that? You feel like?
I'm close. But, you know, I got some work to do, of course, but it's not gonna be easy. I ain't really tripping. I wanna put that on myself so I can work. You know, I can work hard. So I just wanna be the best corner in the league. Help my team win.
Marshawn, what do you feel like your game separates you from the rest of the cornerbacks?
Shit, physical, being physical. I think that's a big part of, you know, my game. That separate. Everybody can run. You know, everybody got hips or whatever. It's just the physical part of the game, like tackling and just being physical with the receiver. I feel like that's separating.
Marshawn, DA talks about the responsibility they put on you in terms of, you know, one-on-ones and that. How much does that fuel you?
I just know I got to be consistent. You know, I got to be the top condition corner in the league, because I'm just chasing around fast dudes like that. You know what I'm saying? So that just really it get me to where I know I've been doing it. This is my 7th year now. I know I can do it, but it just staying in shape and being the best I can be every time I step on the field. So.
How much have you seen Chris Olave grow from year 1 to year 2?
Yeah, every Ohio State player do that. I feel like Ohio State, like Chris, he got it. You know, either you got it or you don't. He got it. You know, so that's really it.
Marshawn, speaking of receivers that got it, as a DB room, are y'all looking forward to going against the Chargers receivers?
Yeah,
they're pretty household names.
Any receivers. I mean, we ain't here for none of that, man. What the media be talking about and all that, we gonna go against them like they anybody. You know what I'm saying? So, man, we ain't worried about no names. We gonna go out there and get them. That's what it is.
How did living through some of the, you know, just the health struggles you had last year from that weird how did that affect your outlook in this season?
That was just fluke. Like, you know, I'm falling down and got kneed in the rib. You know what I'm saying? It was not like a hamstring or nothing like that. So, I mean, it really ain't bothering me. It was just something that happened and I had to overcome. That's it.
But having such an unsatisfying season where you couldn't play as much as you wanted to, how did that affect your preparation for this season? You know, is it
come out better. That was really on my mind. Come out better. That's it. Physically, mentally, you know, everything. Just be better than what I was year before.
Marshall, go ahead.
I'm sorry, Marshall, what has stood out to you facing Derek Carr every day in practice?
Just his ball placement. As far as when he throwing the ball, just how he can just put it over on top of the shoulder, back shoulder, whatever. You know, he can throw any pass. You know what I'm saying? So that make us better with our technique. You know, just battling out there with different. It's just not the receiver when we out there. You know, it's the quarterback too. The quarterback can throw the receiver open. So, you know, we just look at that and, you know, try to compete with that every day. But he's not. I feel like he's gonna play a big role in our success.
And Marcus May was telling us that sometimes the team, like they're in there eating and you're working out and all that stuff. Have you always had that kind of work ethic, or is that something added this training camp?
I mean, I be working for so. I just don't like to show it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I work on my own and do little certain stuff. But like at O State, like I used to before every game, I do cardio. You know, I had to lose a little weight, like stuff like that. But yeah, I'm with the extra. If it's gonna make me better, I'll do anything extra. That's just what it is.
Marshawn, have y'all challenged one another in the DB meeting room as far as not only getting passes defended and interceptions?
Yeah. Touchdowns, all that. Everything. You know what I'm saying? We about to compete just in the room, not just against the receivers. We competing like amongst each other. So I feel like that's gonna make us better. And that's just what it's gonna be. You know what I'm saying? Best man win at the end of the day.
Marshawn, how are the additions of Marcus Robertson and Joe Woods impacted your game this offseason?
I mean, I think it's a little too early to say they impacted anything yet. You know, we still with this training. We still in training camp, so you know we're not gonna see until the game, the actual game. And then I feel like that'd be the perfect time to answer that question.
Do you feel like it's impacted preparation at all over the course of training camp? Is there anything that they brought in?
I mean, yeah, but everybody's still learning. You know, they new. You know what I'm saying? So, like, they learning on the fly, trying to teach us. And, you know, it's just time. We need time with each other. You know what I'm saying? But they're great coaches, definitely. Yeah.
What makes you so confident about Mike Thomas? You sound confident he's going to be.
Shit, Mike Thomas, he been doing it. You know, he done showed up every time. Even when he played against Atlanta, he the one who, you know what I'm saying, who got us the win, really. You know, him coming in competing, he Mike Thomas, you know what I'm saying? He know what to do. I feel like, and I know personally he know what to do, and he gonna get out there and do it. So I mean, I got a lot of confidence in him.
He said that he wants you to defend him. Is that something you all have all the time?
Iron sharpens iron, every time. So, you know, of course I got to get him or a lot of it every time. That's just what it is.
What's the challenge in trying to defend him, in particular?
He's physical. He's a physical receiver. He's quicker than what people think. And, and he catch everything. You know, if it's over here, it's over. You know, he's just catching it, and he just got it. You know what I'm saying? Like I said with Chris, if you got it, you got it. And I feel he done had time off, so of course he's gonna be rusty. You know what I'm saying? That's nothing I'm concerned about. I know he's gonna get out there and do what he gotta do.
Marshawn, you mentioned going up against Chris. Have you noticed him making any steps in heading into year two? He talked about wanting to put on weight and being better in his contested catches. Have you seen that going up against him?
Yeah, I've been against it, but as far as contested catches, it's really been him and Alante with the contested catches. But yeah, he been winning some. Both him and Alante been winning back and forth. So yeah, I see improvement as far as that. Yeah. So.
Marshawn, who are your top 3 DBs in the league?
So.
Your top 3 DBs in the league.
Shit, me, Ty, everybody on this roster. I'll put them up against anybody in the league, and I mean that. So, anybody.
Thanks, Marshawn.
Ryan Dia was talking about, the game, and just kind of noticing you a little bit more on special teams and defense. Just how have you felt settling in here and just kind of talk about the game on Sunday?
Yeah, no, it's felt good. Kind of a fresh start for me coming down here year 5 and just being able to be part of a new team in this organization and kind of get my feet wet with everything in the first game. It felt great.
What are some things that maybe you're looking to showcase over the next couple of weeks? I mean, besides maybe special teams.
Right, yeah, obviously special teams needs to be a staple, but I think just, kind of showing that, I've been through a couple injuries, showing that I'm still the same player I was before that, and that I still have the ability to get better and be a good linebacker. So.
What was the dome like for you?
It was fun. The last time I was there was in 2020 on the Vikings when Alvin scored I think 100 touchdowns on us. So it was definitely a better experience this time. So
This linebacker group is kind of a mixed bag of a couple undrafted rookies, a couple guys who've been here. This is your first year with the team, but you've been in the league for a while. Do you feel like you have taken it upon yourself to kind of be a leader to those younger guys who are also coming into the organization?
yeah, I mean, I think it's a credit to Coach Hodges. Like these young guys that were here when I got here are, they're very up to speed. They know the system. I think the entire room was one of the smarter linebacker rooms I've been in. I think that's a testament to Coach Hodges, and then also guys like DeMario and Pete and Zach, kind of the guys who've been here for a while. Kind of, they're setting the standard for just learning this defense. So it's a cool thing to be a part of, for sure.
How can practices against another team maybe be sort of different than practices with your team, where you can showcase what you can do?
I think it's, there's a certain bit of, when you're practicing against your own team, there's a certain bit of familiarity, whether it's guys or scheme or, just something you felt before. And I think that's what's, the benefit of practicing against another team is that, you might not know what a guy's certain moves or skill set is or their scheme. And so that gives you a chance to actually be more like real football where you actually have to react.
How much do you enjoy the work on special teams? You made a couple of plays that were right.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely enjoyable. It's if that's your role, you got to make the most of it. And Coach Riz gets everyone flying around, and that's definitely exciting. So.
Is that something you've done a lot in the past?
Yeah. Yes, for sure. Yeah.
Ryan, but with all your experience now in the NFL, what would you say is the most difficult? Is obviously if you're a linebacker, the instincts to tackle side to side. Is it the pass coverage going to the next level compared to when you first come from college to the NFL? Is that something that you think most linebackers have to work on?
I think honestly, the biggest thing is just all the adjustments and different things in game planning you get each week to week. Like a college team will most likely be doing the same stuff for 12 straight weeks, where you could. Each week in the NFL, you don't know what you're going to get. You could get stuff from last week, you get stuff from last year. So I think it's just being aware of all your checks and everything you need to make as, kind of as the leader of the defense.
How well did you get to know Zach Bond?
Very well. He was only a year younger than me at Wisconsin. So.
And what do you remember about him then, and how has he changed much?
I'm very excited for Zach because he's definitely matured into this great linebacker, and I just remember when he came to Wisconsin, he was a former quarterback. He had a really great high school basketball tape, and he was just an athlete. And to see him go kind of from an edge linebacker to now someone who can play inside and outside, it's pretty cool.
So you knew Ryan too?
Yep, Ramchuk, yep.
Yeah. What's it like being back with those guys?
It's cool, that's the thing about the NFL is a lot of things come full circle, and guys you saw, with Ramchuk, it's been almost 6-7 years now since I've been on a team with him, and his locker was right next to mine at Wisconsin for 2 years, so it's kind of cool now to be in the same locker room again with him.
So you must have talked to him a lot in college too, huh?
Yeah, he was, I believe, 2 years older than me.
Right, but being next to him in the locker room.
Right, yeah.
So has he changed much?
No, he has not changed one bit. He's exactly as I remember him. So.
And how would you define that, just from being his friend and teammate?
A man of few words, but he goes about his business and he gets it done, and that's why he's one of the best in the NFL. So.
What did they tell you about being the same? What did they tell you about playing for this team, Zach and Ryan?
Obviously the traditions and the preseason game, the atmosphere. You don't normally get that atmosphere in a lot of preseason games around the league. So that was cool to kind of be a part of that. And the fans are awesome here, and I think it's a cool experience so far.
Anything else? All right. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Can you start off just talking us through your adventurous Sunday?
Yeah, it was a good day. To start off with, that game would have been special. Growing up an hour from Kansas City and going to Chiefs games my whole life. When I saw that one, I had family coming down, and it was going to be a good day. So You know, I'm just thankful that I got the opportunity to go out there and get it done.
I saw you kind of warming up all second half. Was it kind of a weird feeling when all of a sudden you're out there after just kind of waiting for that opportunity?
You know, I mean, that's the life of a specialist, life as a kicker. You know, those moments, those are what you dream of, and you know that's why you are a kicker. You know, we worked that situation literally here in the indoor last weekend. You know, just delaying the clock, last play of the game, the whole deal. And so you just stay calm, stay in your routine, and go out there and do it.
Like when you come back for the Texans game, you think security will recognize you?
Well, now I'll make sure to wear Saint stuff so they can. In their defense, I was in my street clothes, and you know I was just walking the field just like I have any other game. And so you know I was walking out the tunnel to go do my little routine. I go and like touch both uprights, just my little thing. And, you know I make it to about the corner of the end zone, and next thing I know I got somebody running after me, tapping me on my shoulder. And you know, asked me what I'm doing, how I got on here, the whole deal, and I just had a little chuckle, and I was like, "Hey, man, I'm a player." And he goes, "Oh, sorry." So
he believed you.
Yeah, he believed me, and then I came back out the second time, and you know, warm up stuff, and he's like, "Ah, a little more believable this time." So we had a good little joke. You know, I laugh about that kind of stuff. So it was fun story.
Does it motivate you though too at the same time that people kind of?
I mean, yeah, I've been counted out or been noticed as a small guy my whole life. You know, it doesn't necessarily define you or anything. I've just learned to roll with it, and if you ask me, I think it works in my favor. I have a big leg regardless of how big I am, so you know, you roll with it, and you know, it's no big deal.
How do you think you would have handled it if he hadn't really believed you at first?
I probably would have had to make a call to somebody. So it was really no big deal.
Okay.
So Blake, where does your leg strength come from? Is something you mean when you were younger? You always had a strong leg, or just?
Yeah, I mean that's a good question. I'd have to talk to Dr. Ray to help me explain that one. You know, we put in a lot of work with you know, college strength programs, and you know, all the work that we put into it. All I know is I go out there and treat every kick like it's, you know, it's a game winner, or you know, just stay in your routine, swing hard, and let it go up the middle.
And it starts in your core, right?
Yeah, it starts.
People always say big leg, but the kick starts.
Yeah,
there, right?
yeah. With me, it's kind of my whole body I put into it. So.
Hey, people, you know, I mean, you mentioned the moment at the end of the game. You know, in December, a lot of people don't even remember the first preseason game or whatever. But you know, on an individual level, it's a big important moment for a guy like you, right? I mean, how did you feel about when you walked out there? What were you feeling, experiencing, and everything?
Yeah, I mean, to be real honest, it felt like just like the practice rep that you know I did right here. You practice those, you stay in your routine, you stay level-headed regardless of the moment. You know, I've played in a lot of big games in a lot of big stadiums, NFL stadiums, college stadiums, wherever it is. It's still the same kick, still 53 and a third by 120. You know, so you just go out there and do your job, stay within yourself, and execute.
Like, how's Will been as far as competition? You know, it's obviously you want his job, he wants to keep his job. So how has that been? You know, share tidbits with one another? Or?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, Will's a great guy. You know, the way we've been able to compete with each other, hang out off the field. By all means, when it's on the field, it's time to go. But you know, you have a guy that's done it at a high level for a long time. You know, there's things to pick up on, things to watch. Along with all across this team, there's a lot of guys that have operated at a high level. And so you hope you go out there, and you know, I hope he makes every single kick, because I know I can. I can go out there and compete, because I know the better he does, the better I got to do, and you know that's what good competition, you know, drives success. So you just go out there and you know try to do it every day.
The coaches also say that everyone is basically trying out for all 30 teams, and when you make a game-winning kick, that's got to be a good resume builder.
Yeah, I mean, you treat every day like it's your last. You never know. So everything you do is evaluated on the field, off the field. On film and practicing games, you know, regardless of what it is, you go out there and you just give it your all, and you know, hope for the best.
Is that kind of, just to follow up on that, is that kind of your mindset, like day to day, because like in 3 weeks you may be kicking for another team?
Yeah, I mean, it's something that I'm aware of. You know, it's the truth. There's a lot of guys in this league and in, you know, all across the country that are trying to fight for all these jobs. And so, you know, that's my mindset is, you know, treat every day like it's your last, because you never know. So you go out there every single rep, whether it's, you know, on your own warm-ups, whether it's in period, whether it's, you know, a kickoff or, you know, a game winner against the Chiefs. Like, they're all they're all in your mind and your mental capacity. They're all the same. So you treat everything like your last. Treat everything like it's the most important rep you can.
Have a lot of people started to recognize you around town now after Sunday?
To be real honest, we don't get much time to go around town right now, so I can't answer that one. But we'll cross that bridge when it comes.
Blake, how did you end up like Arkansas State and going to Notre Dame? Was it name, image, and likeness?
No, I mean I went to Arkansas State out of high school. That was my one walk-on offer. I played high school soccer and high school football both in the fall. Did both. Was able to have success at both. Thought I was going to go play college soccer, to be real honest. Bet on myself. Took a walk-on offer. Played there. Redshirted. Played for 4 years. Got put on scholarship. Was able to use my COVID year to go test myself and put myself in another competition and give myself an opportunity to compete and come to the NFL. So transferring like that was to better myself and to prepare me for this moment. But I spent 5 years in Jonesboro and a lot of people, a lot of experiences, and that place holds a special place in my heart. But I decided to go somewhere else and decided to again bet on myself and see what happens.
And DeMario, does he fist pump you, Jonesboro?
Yeah, we actually sit next to each other in the team meeting. So we're both Red Wolves, and so I heard him speak probably 5 or 6 times before I even got here. So.
And Kirk Merritt too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Probably the only team in NFL history with 3 Arkansas State.
Yeah, there ain't many of us.
Did you talk to any other teams before signing?
Yeah, I mean, me and my agent had a plan going into the 3rd day of the draft. We heard from a couple teams in the morning, and obviously the Saints were one of them. And we decided here. We decided to this opportunity was where we thought fit best. And they were the first ones that we got it done with.
What was it that kind of led you to that decision?
You look at there's a multitude of reasons. That's why you have an agent. That's why you let them take care of that. All I worry about is an opportunity and come down here and get to work.
You mentioned the team's reputation of highly investing in special teams. Was that something that you knew about when y'all made that decision as well?
Yeah, I mean, when you have a coordinator as respected as Darren Rizzi and Phil are, that's all you can hope for is to come to a place where you're going to get a fair opportunity, you're going to get coached hard and held to a high standard. That's the way the Saints do it across special teams, offense, and defense. So, we felt like it was a good fit. I liked the South, liked the area. Everything just kind of all the everything pointed to here.
Can you tell us about soccer for a second? Mm-hmm. You mentioned it before. What position?
I did all the club stuff. Bounced around, played pretty much everything. In high school, I actually played center back, So I was an all-state soccer player in high school and took care of the middle and somehow got a lot of head balls, but that's just the way I did it. Had some small school offers to go play soccer, but decided to go the football route.
In high school football, were you just special team, or
Yeah,
did you play something?
yeah. Just I pretty much would run over on Thursdays after soccer practice, hit some, played on Fridays, wore the jersey to school, the whole deal. My dad went to school at Southeast Missouri State. He played soccer there, and then ended up cutting the soccer program, walked onto the football team. So that's kind of where I got my start. He met my mom there. He was a gymnast. I've come from a family of athletes, so whatever I picked, I felt like I could do it. But that's kind of my path.
You have to be tough to play center back, though, don't you?
Yeah.
You get run into a lot.
Yeah.
You got to get position and everything. So you actually kind of a feisty.
Yeah,
athlete.
I got it to the point where I got so many yellow cards that I almost had to sit a couple games. So I had to tone that down a little bit. But we had a group of kids that I grew up playing soccer with, and we continued out through high school.
Brooke played college soccer, so she can tell you what you missed.
Yeah.
He almost played college soccer.
Anything else?
All right, thanks, Blake.
Thanks, Blake.
Thank you, guys.
Jalen, how you feel about the opportunity here in New Orleans, considering household name, you a seasoned vet for the opportunity here?
It's been a blast. Being here in New Orleans, even getting off the plane, I felt the culture right away. You hear so many great things about the boot, the culture, the food, the fans. You know, in my experience, you know, playing against the Saints from afar, you know, I've felt it and always had an appreciation for it. So I'm just thankful that the team is welcoming me, you know, understanding, you know, the value of what I bring to the table. But the only thing that matters is what you do now. So I'm excited to be here and, you know, compete to make this team better.
What do you think you bring to this? They were looking to see who that off-ball linebacker was going to be behind Demario Davis-Warner. I know there's a lot of time before the season starts, but do you feel like that's a role you might be able to help fill?
Yeah, I mean, for me, I'm a team guy. A guy who's had some success in this league, and you know, I can still play the game at a high level. And you know, whatever coach asks of me, that's what I'm going to do. So I'm just happy to be here. Me and Demario, we have great respect for one another. Even Petey being you know, from the Hoosier State, just like me. He's from Carmel, I'm from Fort Wayne. So there's a mutual respect. So just thankful to be here with these guys for sure.
What do you feel like you kind of bring to this team? Not just on the field, but even in the locker room.
You know, outside of experience and production, just you know, being in that leadership role. You know, I was a captain 2 years in the National Football League, and just knowing what it takes, understanding preparation, and then just a guy who's had experience going into year 8. You know, I've been through a lot, but like I said, this is a team game, and you know, I'm just happy to be a part of a group and a bond. And each day, you know, we get a chance to earn each other's respect. So I'm just thankful to be here.
Dylan, as far as the calls and everything, where are you at, like, mentally, and how long do you think that'll take as far as you get a feel where you could play fast and you're not, where it is second nature? What is that process with you right now?
It's just time and experience. I've played in multiple systems before. I've played in this type of system before. So a lot of things are similar. It's just more of, you know, the terminology and the verbiage and things like that. So it won't take long.
As far as you know, social media, people are happy you're here now, but like the game against Alvin, does people like reference that at all? Has anybody even said anything? I remember when y'all played them years ago.
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely a highly stouted game. It was a Thursday night football game, and you know, it was just two guys competing against each other, two guys playing at a high level, and you know, he's made some plays and I made some plays. So, you know, definitely, you know, it was just a blessing to be out there for sure.
Yeah, what have kind of you learned over the last 2 years, just kind of bouncing around to the NFL, obviously Green Bay, New York, you know, and now here, you know, what has that kind of taught you?
I think just being in, you know, different prestigious places, just understanding how people operate, and with experience comes wisdom, and that's really what I'm thankful for. You know, all the coaches I've had, all the older players that I've gotten a chance to play with, and myself being a vet now, being able to not only contribute but to give back. So I'm just thankful to be here, and like I said, you know, whatever coach asks for me, that's what I'm going to do, and I'm going to be ready for sure.
What are your early impressions of Mike Hodges, linebacker coach?
Huge tenacity, a guy who loves the game of football, and he coaches it the right way. So much respect for him, even getting in, you know, meeting with him early, you know, to get caught up with the playbook and things like that. Just thankful and love the way that he coaches and brings the guys together.
Can you give me an idea of one of the things that he does that you would classify as the right way in terms of how he teaches?
I would say just attention to detail. You know, he doesn't talk about something. He can actually show you and pinpoint it. Whether it's cut-ups, you know, explaining how he wants us to, perform a technique, and then, you know, from a standpoint of, you know, if we desire to get out on the field and, you know, do some walkthroughs, go through some cans and things like that. You know, just the more the merrier. And all of us, we have a eager to win, and it's a sense of urgency here for sure, being here in New Orleans.
If I can recall correctly, I think you played for several offensive head coaches. Is there any kind of difference coming into a scheme or a team with a defensive head coach?
I believe this is my first time, you know, playing with a more defensive-minded coach. I actually love it. It's a little different for me, but I love it, and I see it. I see, you know, DA out here calling the plays and things like that, and it's just a mutual respect. You know, but coming from different systems where I've played with offensive-minded coaches. It's just something that's unique. But we're all here trying to grow, and we want to win.
Even now, so many years later, people always bring up the injury in college. Do you feel like that's something that you want to kind of put in the past, or you not really hear when people talk about that?
I mean, it just adds to my story. Being a projected top 3 pick, top 5 pick prior to my injury, to be able to, go into year 8, and I haven't missed a game since my rookie year, which I had to redshirt because of my college injury. It's just kind of been a staple, and for me, just having that clear-eye view, that focused vision, determined belief, earned dreams. I'm a guy that's an example, and I'm going to continue to contribute out on that field, at a high level. For me, having the opportunity to beat the odds, it just speaks to my perseverance, but also having a belief system, understanding that there's others who believe in me as well. And then just having an opportunity to play the game that I love, it's amazing. It's a lot of doctors that said I wouldn't be able to play the game again. But then on the college side of people's having the opportunity to skip bowl games now, that wouldn't have happened prior to my injury. So like I said, I'm just being an example, and I'm just thankful to be able to play the game I love still.
Have you talked to Brian Kelly since coming here?
I haven't. I talked to Jake, the strength coach. He came over to LSU with Coach Brian Kelly, and just excited to see them down here as well. Balling, trying to make some noise for sure.
All right.
Yeah. Appreciate you guys. Thank you. Yes, sir.
Thank you. Welcome in.